A discussion on the current state of the country, political parties coming together to exchange their views. Since the arrival of COVID-19, South Africa has been on a down spiral. Currently, the unemployment rate is at its highest in the country and cost of living not easing the load. Politicians raise their voice around various ideas on solutions to achieving this year's theme of creating jobs, growing the economy through supporting localization, industrialisation, SMMEs, black-owned, women-owned and youth-owned businesses. The ANC conceded to the blame and called on South Africans not to lose hope.
Things are not well, and COVID and all the other challenges that were faced globally and locally have exacerbated the socio-economic problems, and we've also seen increasing inequality in our country.
Opining on the discussion, the UDM says the tripartite alliance has failed the country 28 years into democracy.
In fact, the tripartite alliance have failed South Africa. They have dismally failed themselves, especially because they are only there to deploy their cadres to key strategic positions, who are today selling those assets, national assets, without consulting you here.
As discussions continued, the IFP raised concerns about the current environment of businesses, arguing that it was not conducive for black women.
The space is not yet conducive for black women to emerge in business in our country. The responsibility lies on the political parties and the government of the day.
Meanwhile, the EFF questioned the progress of the country under the ANC-led government.
We need to domestically industrialize, build domestically owned industries, not the foolish and rubbish industrial policy that is being pursued by the current government. How do you have industrial policy which is primarily anchored by foreign companies, by companies from America, from China, from South Korea, from all areas?
The Democratic Alliance argued that the solution lied in not pitting South Africans against one another, but formulation and implementation of policies that would work to change the lives of many.
And this will require major policy reforms. And the first one is public debt and debt to GDP. Right now, government debt, we all know, is in excess of 70% of debt to GDP. That is the ratio. But what does this actually mean? It means that we now are in a situation where the state pays more in interest payments back to lenders than it invests in education.
The two-day event continues until Friday, with President Ramaphosa expected to give the keynote address at an annual Black Tie Gala dinner on Thursday evening. Nhlanhla Khatlani, SABC News, Johannesburg.